Hey folks, Cam Roberts here. I'm joined with my good friend and my partner manager, actually, Jeremiah Sarkett. So, Jeremiah, thanks for coming on the live today.
Oh, without question. That's what I live for, especially your lives.
Yeah, man. So today we're talking all things Keap, and we're talking all things marketing automation and how that can help people scale their business and streamline their business and make a big impact, not only just in their business, but actually in their lives because of what it does and how it can help them. So, how long have you been with Keap? Let's talk about that. How long have you been there, and what's your story around Keap?
I've been there for a long time now, 8 years.
Yeah.
And my story at Keap is a unique, cool, long story and maybe a live for another time. But
Yeah.
right now, I think we might be the strongest we've ever been at a time where entrepreneurs and small businesses around the world need us to be.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. And why do you say that? Why do you say that you're the strongest that you've ever been in a time when it's needed the most?
I think we've gone through a lot of growth challenges and some ups and downs, and our leadership today is just amazing. And we've
Yeah.
got our founders back more involved, and that feels really amazing and refreshing. It just you can feel it all the way across the company through all the departments, and just our mission, our focus is it's right on, and every employee is marching to the beat of small business to our company.
Yeah,
Like
that's good.
that's our mission, and like no customer left behind. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. So the mission is no customer left behind. I love that.
Well,
That's
that
really
might be
good.
that's kind of like my
That's your
mission, I
mission?
guess, with it.
Yeah, yeah. That's like a Navy SEAL thing, isn't it? Like you see in the movies, we don't leave anyone behind.
I'm not leaving anybody behind, and we're going. Yeah, we're going for the
That's good.
mission. We're going up the hill. I love it.
That's good, man. That's good. So let's talk about Keep. What's it doing? What changes are coming out? How is it really helping small business?
It's simplified versions
Yeah,
of automation, I think, that are really the game changer now. So the customer today doesn't need to know so much. I mean, they need to know, right? But they
yeah,
don't need to be in the hood of the car so much. We still have that awesome, Ferrari that I always call
yeah,
Infusionsoft, but now we've got this really cool Mustang that's Keap that you can just get in there and zip around and have that awesome horsepower of automation at your
yeah. That's
disposal.
really good. That's a really good metaphor. That's really good.
Yeah, you've
And
got
who?
to learn how to drive the Ferrari a little bit. You might just
Yeah.
bang it into the wall a few times, but we wouldn't want to do that.
But you gotta learn to drive a car, right? Like
You
let
got to
alone a
learn how to drive
Ferrari.
a car.
You got to learn
Yeah.
how to drive a car. So a lot of people when they're looking at marketing automation and they complain that things are too complicated, it's just you got to learn how to use it. You got to learn how to use a computer, a laptop, right? So there's a very small learning curve with Keep though, because I found that the user experience now has changed so much in the last couple of years alone.
We've worked hard on that, and we've
Yeah.
gotten really in tune with our customers. And I think that's a good call out and message for all businesses is certainly at this time, it's the time to really understand your market and who you serve and
Yeah.
provide. Yeah, provide to that market.
Yeah. And one of the things I like about Keep is, the whole philosophy there is around life cycle marketing. So taking care of your prospects and your customers through every stage of their buyer journey, of
Full
your
circle.
journey, the full circle, right? So can you just touch on quickly, and I know that could kind of be another training for another day, but just touch on quickly, like how Keep helps small businesses with life cycle marketing.
Well, that's what I saw, though, Coach, 8 years ago. That was one of the
Yeah,
things, that methodology. I still have the diagram and the mapping worksheet
yeah,
that is so old now, but that was what I saw when I came to tour the company and said, wow, this is what I teach my teams to do and what I do very manually with my group.
yeah,
And we had at that time implemented a software. I still think they're around, Act. You got the disk and you put it in.
yeah,
Act was
yeah,
a great CRM, but we had to loop in a bunch of autoresponders, and it made it clunky. And you know, at that time, it probably was even a little bit clunky, but it was good for us. But then I
yeah,
saw this methodology and saw the software 8 years ago, and I said, "Whoa! If we had this with my team, we could be doing so much more
yeah,
because it's holistic. It was touching on everything from the start of the process all the way to the end and everything in between, and then automating." So I
yeah,
didn't have to get
right.
up and upload the leads in the morning or make sure the list was set
Yeah,
appropriately. That's where I was making mistakes. But
yeah,
yeah, no, it was a full 180 look for me at or 360, I should say, look at automation with CRM, and that was super
Yeah.
refreshing at the time.
And I think these days, like, when people say automation or CRM, they literally think, if they've not seen something like Keap before, they literally think, oh, it's just email automation or autoresponders, and you've got somewhere to put your database. But Keap's so much more than that. You've got the capability of automating your calendar scheduling system, running your invoices and quotes through there as well. So do you want to unpack some of those more sexy things I like to tell my customers about Keap?
Well, the U.S. clientele has some really unique features. The rest of the world is starting to experience some of that as we bring it out to the
Yeah.
masses. But the SMS feature
Yeah, that's
alone
cool,
is
man.
a game changer. In the phone line, the dedicated phone line, so you could be very personalized with your experience in the buyer's journey and get them when they're ready, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
really get
right.
them when they're not, so you can stay in front of
Yeah.
them. And again, that's a lot of the process today in this new world that we live in. It's a lot of touches, right,
Yeah,
to get
that's
your
so true.
clients moving in the direction that they need to be.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
many more touches than what you had to do like 2 or 3 years ago even, just because of the amount of noise in the marketplace, right?
Well, just to fire that invoice off with a few
Yeah.
touches, like you're literally clicking the invoice option, opening the invoice, getting it all set. Now the taxing piece is coming in place soon. We'll have all the taxing options. So you've got
Yeah,
that
that's
thing
cool, man.
fired off. And, if you're a QuickBook user, you're integrated with us in that way natively already, and
Yeah,
then
man.
Zapier offers a ton of other, in between hookups with us on the financial side. So you could be really tracking this entire, again, journey from A to
Yeah.
Z.
Yeah. And when you say tracking, for those that aren't aware or aren't really sure, what we're talking about is when a lead comes in, like tracking that lead as they come in through to that quote or that proposal being accepted. And that tells you, how well your marketing's working, because you can see the sales at the back end and marry those two together. They're related. Whereas in the past, you might have, had something over here or a funnel over here, and then your QuickBooks or your accounting system over there or bookkeeping system. And it was really hard to work out what marketing was working and what wasn't. Whereas Keap allows you to follow that process all the way through, doesn't it?
It's really easy to do that. And I was in a virtual event this weekend with one of our other partners and teammates, Sally, coach, and
Yep.
we had talked about a couple of times about how do you lower cost of acquisition, like you can't
Right. Yeah.
get it down
Gotta
in this
get
day
down.
of advertising, and this is one of the ways of doing that is really lifecycle marketing and being in tune with
Yep.
your spend, where your results are, what's working and what's not. And yeah, amazing, spot on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. And we can't go past talking about Campaign Builder, because by and large, it's one of the most easiest, best. It's the Ferrari of
It's
what is
it,
marketing
It
automation,
is
isn't it?
so sexy and slick, and to this
Yeah.
day, and you see other competitors, and I always like the competitors because they're
Yeah.
good, and I never
Yeah.
badmouth. We don't badmouth at Keap, but
No, that's right.
it just is. It's just awesome. It's better than everything I see and anything that I see
Yeah,
out
I'm the
there. And
same.
with some
Yeah.
of the new additions and the way we've kind of just cleaned it up and rounded the edges, if you will, it's like,
Yeah.
wow, really, really pretty,
Yeah.
incredible
It's
tool.
really good. And it's for a partner like myself, it's one of the fastest and most efficient ways to build campaigns on scale. So we can build really fast. We can automate
Fast
really
funnels.
quickly, fast.
Yeah.
It's really good. So speed to market's really important for clients. You're not taking weeks to build out campaigns. It's more like hours or days. And more importantly, the reporting's really cool, because as you build those campaigns, you can see them on the screen. They're not kind of just straight down the line, and you've got to kind of scroll all the way down to see what's happening. You can build them like a mind map or however you want to build them. We like
Yep.
to build them in swim lanes. I'm an old swim coach, so a lot of my campaigns are still in swim lanes. I just find it easy that way.
I've heard them taught that way before.
Yeah, yeah,
And that makes sense to me too, because that's exactly what we're doing here as we build these
yeah,
funnels, starting with the end in mind.
yeah,
If then scenarios. Yeah, I love it.
yeah. That's good. And so, is there kind of an ideal business owner that Keap looks after these days? Like, what sort of customer would be
It's a good
attracted to Keap?
question. I think it's a customer that might be a professional services type customer, or a
Right.
customer that might be on a platform already that's experiencing some challenges or some manual tasks or just some
Yeah.
missing. You're noticing some slippage, and where automation could come into play, and you're going, oh gosh, I think I could that could be automated. That's
Yeah.
who it's for, and that's a lot of people. So I don't
Yeah, that's
want to
right.
just say it's for the lawyer or for the accountant or for the gym owner, but
Yeah.
the real estate agent. It's for all of those people, and then it's for the plumber or the
Yeah.
landscaper,
Yeah.
right? Or even the pool team that
Yeah.
has to
Yeah.
service all these pools in my community. It's like they
Yep.
could stay organized, they could
Yeah,
follow up
absolutely.
better, they could
Yeah.
get more business from referrals, and the
Yep.
kit's affordable. So it's like, it's right there in the price wheelhouse
Yep.
of anything else that you're going to see with that power again.
Yeah, that's right. And depending on the option that they take, you can literally build your whole funnel inside Keap. You don't need a landing page builder. You don't need other apps or anything else. You've got everything you need, from landing pages, marketing automation, email automation, quotes, invoices, calendar automation. Everything's in there, right?
Well, that's what I saw 8 years ago. It was like from A to Z, that 360 turnaround that I had all this stuff hodgepodge together on my team and with my departments, and it was like, whoa, hold on here, there's a better way. There's a better
Yeah,
way
right.
for all of us in
That's good.
our sanity, like the culture of the organization. I was starting to I was thinking more as a leader at that time, and then as you look as an individual contributor, because I had to kind of take a step back to take a step forward. I got on
Yeah,
the sales floor and saw the power of the application. So
yeah,
be able to speak to that with confidence and sell that and see the tremendous results people were getting. Yeah.
yeah. That's really good.
So that was
And
eight
one of
years
the
ago.
years
And
ago,
we've come
yes,
a long way in 8 years.
yeah,
So,
huge, huge. I mean, I've been around about that time as well, and I've seen huge changes in that time. I've seen huge changes in the last year, and it just blows my mind of the new developments and new changes. And one
strength
of the
and
things,
product. And
yeah,
even just the whole landscape is, though, too,
yeah,
like even the competitor scope and the whole spaces.
yeah.
We're
And one
prideful
of
of
the
that.
things,
We like to think
yeah,
that we
yeah,
kind of built that, Coach. Go ahead. Sorry. I
yeah,
got on
yeah.
a
Sorry, man.
high horse.
I, I was just going to say, one of the things I really love
Prideful of
is the
that.
support. Like the
Yeah.
support behind that. So again, it's not just the app. It's not just, here's a piece of software in the cloud that you can use to streamline your business, but the support, like the Facebook group's amazing. You can go into the Facebook group and there's partners in the Facebook group that will help you out. You've got
The
the
team.
partners, you've got the support in chat that you can go to. It's got a great knowledge base. So everything's there that you need to succeed.
People always ask me, like, how did you do so well at Keap? Like, what was your positioning with the product? How, did you
Right.
sell the automate? And I said early on that I got into a lot of features and benefits and case studies, use studies, but then it shifted a bit as I matured in my career there, and it really became about lifecycle marketing, which you hit on
Yeah.
earlier, and about joining a winning team, joining a team that
Yeah.
really
Right. That's good.
cares and
Yeah.
knows, and that became the real rally for me, and it still is today. Is like, and then our team, like we look at our team APAC and what we've developed and built, and it's incredible. It's about team.
Yeah, that's really good. And where do you see life cycle marketing going in the next couple of years? Like, do you see it changing? Do you see that's just a solid foundation? It's a principle and it's never going to change. What's
What a
your
great
take
question,
on that?
especially with it is changing. So
Yeah, right.
Scott Martin, one of our co-founders, who really got this methodology going and dug into this and created it. Really, he's revamping it with our team and our marketing team, and we are seeing it in bits and pieces now. And it's still going to be, I believe, that core existing framework, and those pillars are strong to this day. But there
Yeah,
are some adjustments or some prioritization changes that we might look at in that stack, and how you work into that lifecycle marketing methodology and where you would start as a business owner. I think some of
yeah,
that stuff is shifting.
yeah.
What a
That's good.
great question, though. No, I think that framework stays in place and leads into some deeper work.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Hey, buddy, before we wind up, if someone's watching this, maybe they're using another app, or maybe they're using a competitor, maybe they're using none. Well, what's the next step for them? What would you recommend that they should do to take the next step?
Like if you're using none, I always like people ask me a lot, am I ready for Keap? And
Right.
it's almost like, have you arrived to marketplace? Can people find
Yeah.
you and buy your product? Can you check
Yeah.
that off? And can
Yeah.
you afford the product? If you can say yes to those two things, you should buy our product, or certainly
Yeah.
a
That's
product
totally right.
like ours. Yeah.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be a business owner on sheets anymore. It's just,
No way. It's
it's not
crazy.
going to work. Yeah.
But
Um,
surprisingly, it still happens. I was talking
it
to
happens
someone
a lot.
yesterday. They reached out. They had a website business, like they were a website business, and they're like spending $2,000 a month on Google ads, right? They're getting 60 leads a month, qualified leads, people filling out their forms. But I said, what are you doing once the people come in? Or nothing. If they don't take action in the first day, we don't follow them up. But they're spending more money, and it's just good money after bad, right?
A plan for now and a plan for later is what automation needs to really be for you. Yeah,
that's good, man. That's good.
So I think maybe like smaller platforms, or maybe not smaller, but less expensive products like MailChimp or Aweber or Constant Contact, we'll see a lot of people come over because they're not getting a full automated platform, or they're missing pieces of a CRM that they really need to have for a refined sales process. And then we're seeing people from like HubSpot come down because HubSpot's just expensive. And we'll get a big of the enterprise side customers that are saying, well, hold on, I can get a lot of that power here, or nearly all of it at a sliver of the price. So that's what we're seeing a lot of. And if you're one of those customers, I mean, the way that we do our sales and onboarding here, it's smooth and it's month to month usually in most instances. So you don't have to commit to a full year or 2 year commitment and contract. You can come in and give this platform a try and make it work with one of our top partners like Keap and dig in and really go after it. But yeah, I would say it takes a couple weeks to get it, get it moving. And we've got a nice simple platform for you to try out and make it happen with automation.
Yeah. And you spoke about like people that might be on HubSpot or something like that. As partners, my team can help you transition that into Keap seamlessly as well. So that's really cool.
We've seen like a handful this month, Coach, from HubSpot coming in. And that's a cool feeling, because I know those customers get it already. How to start with the end in mind. They understand automation. And, we've seen a good mix there.
Yeah, man, that's really good. That's really good. All right. And I've got a special offer today for folks as well.
Awesome.
And so what we're doing today is we're going to set anyone up that wants to start with Keap or transition from another app back to Keap or to Keap, is we're going to do their setup for free. So I've got a team. We've done this hundreds of times, right? So for us, it's usually a 2K setup, and we set it up with their brand. We put it into their website, and we just make it rock and roll for their business, ready to go. And they're off and running, and they can do it by themselves, or they can, get a partner to help them. But we want to set them up so they can get started really fast. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking about Keap, leave a comment in the comment where you're watching this video below, or send me a direct message, and we'll have a conversation. Jeremiah will do us a good deal. We'll get you started on a really good deal, really good package.
Well, especially if you are a competitor, or using a competitor coming to us, I will definitely take your receipt and honor that with my team and give you something special. And just 5 HubSpot customers this month from our region alone. So we are attracting some of the bigger customers, and again, some of the smaller customers as well.
Excellent. Yeah, and so we'll help with that by setting you up. Jeremiah will help with that by doing you a good deal. And so if you're interested in Keap, want to have that conversation, leave me a comment, send me a direct message, and let's talk about your business and how we can get you started with Keap.
That's awesome, Jeremiah. Coach. Awesome. You're a champion.
Thanks, man. Hey, thanks for the live. Thanks for the interview. That's been great. I know it's going to be very good for those that are going to watch it later on as well. So really appreciate your time, buddy.
No problem. Glad to be here. Thanks for all that you do. And everyone be well. Keep it going. Get automated.
Cheers, man.